And good afternoon from Shady Spring High School. This afternoon, Video Productions presents exciting high school basketball. It's West Logan Christian with a record of 4-5 taking on the Shady Spring Tigers. They are 1-2. As we welcome you in to the Window World pregame show, I'm Maris Lowry along with Mark Montgomery. We have Cameron Ball producing and directing and Alex Fink on camera. Well, Mark, you and I both got a call this morning. The next thing you know, here we are this afternoon getting ready to do a little basketball.
Yeah, we got a little businessman special or matinee,
something like that.
Look at it. Yep.
Yes.
So anytime we got in the gyms here in southern West Virginia, we're having a good time.
Well, you know, the way this game happened, like I said, I got the call early this morning, and you're allowed to play 22 games in the state of West Virginia, and I guess some changes in scheduling allowed this to happen. For Shady, they are 1-2 as they enter the ball game. They won their first game. They beat Herbert Hoover, Mark, back on December 13th, 43-37, and then they went to Morgantown and maybe a little outclassed as they stepped up in class to Class 4A schools, losing to Morgantown on Friday 75-40, and then losing Saturday to University 82-57.
Yeah, and there's nothing to be shamed about that. Those games. I mean, here's the thing, and I know Coach Olson, this is his philosophy. You play good competition, see where we're at. Here's what we got to improve on against good players. We've kind of talked. We're not letting the cat out of the bag. This is probably going to be an uphill battle for, West Logan. But as far as Shady goes and basketball as a whole, all the regular season of practice.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't count till you start playing tournament time. So those early losses late in February, you probably won't even think about it.
Well, I say all the time, it's not where you are at the end of December, it's where you are at the end of March. And that's really what matters. And this helps prepare you to get ready for March, because Shady, the gauntlet that they play in AAA is very loaded this year.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, and they don't hide or run from anyone. So, you might not have that 1 or 2 loss season like they've had here in the past few years, but I guarantee you, when we get down to tournament time, Shady will be ready, and who knows how far they can go in the tournament.
Their opponent this afternoon is West Logan Christian. Now, they've already played 9 games. They're 4-5. They're not a part of the WVSSAC. They're a part of the Christian, I don't know if it's coalition is the right word. It's part of the CAT that they play in, but already playing 9 games. This is their 10th game. So from that point of view, Mark, they've had a little bit of advantage over Shady by playing more than twice as many games. Yeah,
they should have their legs under them, know all their stuff, and used to each other playing together. And, if I don't care who you're playing, if you won 4 games, you got something going on right. And, looking forward to the action and, seeing what we come up with today.
Well, the JV game is at the end of the third quarter, and Shady's in front 64-29. This varsity game is scheduled to tip at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock, and, of course, it's 3:33, so it might be just a tad later, but glad you're with us. And like I said, this is kind of unexpected. The one thing in unexpected, and we talked about this just a minute ago, Mark, the way that Shady schedules, because, like I said, they open up on the road at Hoover. They went to Morgantown over the weekend. Then they're in the little general event at the Raleigh County Convention Center, where they are going to play James Monroe in the first round, which is next Monday, a week from tonight. And then they're going to get either Beckley or Wyoming East. So they're going to get 2 really good teams next Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, and this goes right along with, like we're saying, Coach Olson does a really good job of playing talented teams. And, you're going to improve no matter what when you play that caliber of team. So, I think Shady only has 6 home games because he's playing in these tournaments and these classics to get the chance to play the high quality of teams in our state.
Right, and then after the event at the Armory of the Little General, the following week, the week of January 5th through the 10th, they're in the New River CTC, where they get 2 quality opponents, Westside being one of those opponents, Nitro also, and then outside of that event, they're going to play Nitro a second time.
Yeah, I mean, and those teams have athletes. Nitro was a play away from winning the state football championship. And, when you talk Wyoming County basketball, they're always going to be good. And I think Westside's got off to a good start here early this season. So they don't have any they don't have very many easy wins on their schedule.
Yeah, and the way that, as you mentioned, that Coach Olson has scheduled, it's really a difficult schedule. They got Greenbrier East on there twice, Princeton on there twice, Beckley. Now, like I said, they could end up playing Beckley 3 times. They're going to play them home and home. So they got to go to Fairmont. They got to play Ripley. They've really got a very difficult schedule, and it's a smart thing to do, as we talked about, because you want to prepare to be ready come tournament time there at the end of February, 1st of March.
Yeah, and nothing gets you better than playing the games. We know what type of practice the Shady has. They're going to be fundamentally sound, and like I said, if they stub their toe here a few times during the regular season, don't everybody get excited again. These games are practice. It's tournament time, and when tournament time comes, I look for Shady to make a deep run into the tournament.
Well, right now their JV team is having their way. They lead 66-29 with a little under 7 minutes left in that, and we're scheduled to tip at 4. It might be shortly after 4, but we'll have it right here on Video Productions. It's Shady 1 and 2 taking on the 4 and 5 West Logan Christian Knights here from Shady Spring High School. We'll take our first break, and our Win the World pregame show will continue as we roll on here from Shady Spring High School on Video Productions.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Mid-State Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Mid-State Ford, home of the Big John deals.
This afternoon's game scheduled to tip at the top of the hour at 4 o'clock. It might tip just a little later than 4, maybe about 4:10. That's NBA style, Mark. You know, every time you see an NBA game scheduled to start like at 7:30, it doesn't tip till like 7:40. So here this afternoon, scheduled to tip at 4 o'clock, is going to be closer to 4:10.
Hey, you know, like we said, let's no more fouls in the JV game. Let's get her going here.
Right now, we got 3.5 minutes left in the JV game, and Shady leads 73-35 here at the Window World pregame show. Also, the game here this afternoon is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, you can contact the professionals at Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond is the broker. Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Also, the action this afternoon brought to you in part by Edward Jones, your financial advisors. You can check out Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Brooke Dempsey, and Tracy Houck. They'll help you prosper with all your finances. And the game brought to you by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. They have quality custom cabinets, and they're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917, and by Leisure Lanes, Johnstown Road in Beckley. It's not too late to reserve your lane for New Year's Eve for their futuristic bowling party on New Year's Eve. Dial them up at 304-253-7328. Well, Mark, I've seen Shady a couple times. I had them in the scrimmage in which they scrimmaged South Charleston, and I watched bits and pieces here on Video Productions this past weekend in their losses to Morgantown and University. And I think it's a team that is going to get better. I think they're trying to find their identity. But Kobe Dillon had a big game. He scored 25 points in the loss on Saturday to University. He had 12 and 11. So he scored in double digits each of his 3 games at Shady.
Yeah, and we know all about Kobe. He's one of the outstanding players in the state. And, he played his first 3 years at Woodrow Wilson and came over this year. And he's kind of, I'm sure, everyone here at Shady's tickled he's here because he's going to fill that scoring points void that they lost from their team last year. So, know Kobe very well. Go attend the church with him, and he's an outstanding young person just as much as he is an outstanding basketball player.
And the one thing I think as the course of the season goes on, at least like I said, in the scrimmage, in the 3 regular season games that I've seen, I think that Shady in time will need to develop a post presence. And I think they've got a real upcoming freshman, Jace Bailey. He's kind of raw, obviously a freshman, just 14 years old, but I think he's a little unpolished. But I think as the season grows, he will grow and he'll become a polished player, not to mention the play from Gabe Short and Eli Sexton as well.
Yeah, you got both Gabe and Eli coming off last year with a lot of playing time. You can almost say you consider them starters. And that's a good nucleus with those 3 and Kobe. And yeah, a freshman, it all goes back to that. Going to be a lot stronger at the end of the season you are now. I don't care how big, how strong you are. You're going against seniors of maturity, and that's tough at the beginning of the season.
And another guy that I think that I don't want to leave out, that is Hunter Boggs. He's a sophomore, and I think he has been their best probably low post presence through these first 3 games, and I think as the season develops, Shady's going to have to maybe develop more of a low post presence.
Yeah, I remember him from last year, playing a lot of JV, and thought that, he looked like he was going to develop into a good player. So, anxious to see how it goes here today, and the more you play, the more experience you get. There's nothing like it.
Yeah, and of course, Mark, for me, and I would say I'm speaking for probably a lot of our viewers too, they may not be very familiar with West Logan, and actually I'm really not, other than, like I said, when I got the call this morning, they're going to play this game this afternoon, just kind of putting this together. And, I see their names down here, and I see some of their guys that didn't have a chance to get to really have a good conversation with their head coach, Sean Clark, because he's doing the book for the JV game. He was able to give me starters, but all I got is names, and that really doesn't tell me a lot. So I guess we'll have to figure that out maybe on the fly.
Yeah, talking to a couple of people here, like the same as you this morning. I think his last name's Priest.
Jacob Priest.
Jacob Priest. I think he's been their offensive leader here the past few games. Had a big game against Mingo Central, and look at their schedule. They played Mingo Central man as far as West Virginia public schools are concerned, and there's good basketball played here in these Christian leagues. So they just have a lot of new ones. We've always been familiar with Mercer Christian,
right?
And of course we have Charleston Catholic and those type things. But I look at their schedule, and there's Bloomingdale and Ignite, and I'm like, never heard of those.
Yeah, teams
people.
I've never heard of. Right. Well, the coach Clark, he tore out a sheet from their scorebook, and he gave me that for their starters. And in this particular game, and obviously it's just theirs, I don't see who they were playing, but in this particular game, you mentioned Priest. He had 17 in this particular game, and then you had Adams 19. But I also noticed Priest is not starting here this afternoon.
Okay, well, then we, like I said, we don't know as much as we think we do then, or at least I don't. But,
well, you always like to have that sensation coming off the bench, right?
Oh, exactly. So, and maybe he feels more comfortable, but that's the Priest name. When I played in high school, we played Kermit, and that was a big name over in the Kermit area, which is right next door to Logan.
Right.
So.
The JV game just went final, and I know Shady won. I was getting ready to look at the score, and the minute I looked at the score, they took it off. I'm not sure if we can catch it, but Shady won decisively, but they've already taken the score down. So anyway, we're going to take a commercial break, and we're about 20 minutes away. So we're going to start, like I said, about 4:05, 4:10, start a little late of this varsity game between West Logan Christian. They are 4-5, taking on Shady 1-2. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas from Fan Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if Compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me one too.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in Southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School here in the Winter World pregame show. Maris Lowry with Mark Montgomery. And during that commercial break, Mark, two things we found out. One, we found out the score of the JV game, which Shady won big, 77-41. Like I said, I turned to look up to see what the final score was, and by the time I turned up to see what it was, they had taken it off the board. And we also had a little chat there with the head basketball coach of West Logan Christian, Sean Clark, a Logan native, and he's talked a little bit about his team, and he was telling you a little bit what we might expect to see from them.
Yeah, he was, of course, he knows what he's up against. He said they're usually man-to-man, half-court, full-court, man-to-man with some pressing, but he said probably going to see a lot more zone today, to combat Shady's size. And offensively, it's like any coach. I'm sure he's going to look and see what defense Shady's playing, but he said his philosophy is motion, defense, and he said they're going to look to shoot the three and penetrate gaps. So and he gave us their top scores there, kind of helped us a little bit.
Yeah, the leading score is Stacy averaging 17 points a game, and then Adams at 15 a game. And I mentioned Priest to him. He's like, well, he did get 17 in that one game, but he comes off the bench. We'll see how that plays out. This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Infinity Coal Company. Infinity Coal Company located in Sophia, West Virginia, and they are a part of United Coal Company. You can check them out on Facebook. And they have everything what they're all about in the community. That's Infinity Coal Company. Also, this afternoon's action brought to you in part by Pasquale's Italian Restaurant. They have all your favorite Italian dishes, plus sandwiches, salads, and seafood. Catering and private parties are available. Book your next event with Pasquale's by calling them up at 304-255-5253. And the game this afternoon brought to you in part by Pepsi of Southern West Virginia. What's a game without an ice cold Pepsi? The nice cold crisp of a blue can of Pepsi, a silver can of a Diet Pepsi, or the black can of Pepsi Zero. And the ball game this afternoon brought to you in part by Modley's Plumbing and Heating. And the only number you need to know is 304-253-HELP for Modley's. Well, Mark, both teams are out going through the warm-ups, and, kids love to play and coaches love to practice. So I'm sure the kids for both teams were excited to find out that they have a game today, that they didn't know that until they got up this morning. They knew that they were probably going to have practice, and they're probably like, yay, I'd rather play than practice.
Well, I would say they didn't get up this morning because there was no school today for kids today, so I bet they slept in a little bit. But, most players I've met are not like coaches. They'd rather play than practice. You're exactly right.
Yeah, I've said that for years. Of all the coaches I know, no matter the sport, the coaches want to practice, the players want to play.
And that's and don't get me wrong, the games are what it's all about. As a coach, you look at it like you've practiced well and you've prepared well. The game's going to be a heck of a lot easier in practice.
Well, the thing about it, too, if you practice well, hopefully you'll play well. And, I'm a firm believer that if you practice hard, hopefully you will well, you play hard all the time, but if you practice well, hopefully you're going to play well, that what you prepare will translate. Now, I know it doesn't always work out that way, but hopefully that would be the case.
Yeah, I mean, it is in most cases, but you always still have to remember, especially on this level, you're still dealing with 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and sometimes the maturity isn't there, but in most cases, a well-coached team, it's there. So.
And we're checking to make sure we got the starters from Shady, and I do believe that we have the starters. Nope. And one of the guys that's going to start that I talked about is Jace Bailey's assistant coach. John Smith just came over and gave it to me, that Jace Bailey, and he's the freshman I talked about. And I think that the more and more games he gets under his belt, the better he's going to be, because I think he's got some raw talent, just needs to be a little bit more polished.
Yeah, and again, you're a freshman and you're playing varsity basketball. It's not like you were playing in middle school by any means. So it'll come, and there'll be lows with the highs, and hopefully by the end of the season, that's kind of balanced out, and the physicality part has came through, and that's asking a lot for any freshman. But the good thing about it, I go back to it all the time. Got a lot of practice, a lot of games which are practice in basketball to get to the point where it counts at the end of the season.
Well, for Shady, after today, they won't play again until next Monday. Of course, with Christmas Day coming up on Thursday, I don't know if most teams will practice Christmas Day. You figure Shady going to practice tomorrow and going to practice Wednesday. I would imagine they would take Christmas Day off, and then they will practice, of course, on Friday and Saturday, not allowed to practice on Sunday, and then be prepared to play next Monday.
Yeah, I mean, to every coach's own, but, shouldn't practice. I mean,
that's what I say. I don't think they'll practice on Christmas Day.
I mean, my opinion, there's probably some coaches out there that are hardcore, and so they're going to practice, which is fine. But me personally, there's some days of reverence that you leave alone.
And I would agree with that. So both teams going through the warm-ups. By the way, later tonight, Video Productions will have Capital and Beckley. So when I'm done here, Mark, I got to get out quick, drive across the county over to the Raleigh County Convention Center. For Capital, they are 2-1. Beckley's 1-1. That game will tip at 7:30 tonight. We'll be on the air at 7. Eric Thomas will join me for that. Tomorrow night, Beckley at home as well, taking on the Oak Hill Red Devils, and that's a big rivalry there. And that will be tomorrow at the Raleigh County Convention Center. And we'll also have that on Video Production as well.
You know, you always look back and if you're from this area and you've paid attention to sports, you always like Beckley. They play those Friday, Saturday games, and a lot of people say, well, why do they do that? And I said, because that's how they play them in the state tournament. So they start getting ready for back-to-back games because, you know, they plan on being in Charleston. And hopefully you called the state road and told them to make sure there's no road construction after 4 o'clock today out of here.
Well, I don't think I have that kind of power. I don't know who I would call for that. Somebody higher up than me is going to have to make that call. But you know the thing, too, Mark, I think especially the way in recent years, the way weather has been, with you never knowing, you maybe try to get in as many games before the first of the year as you can so you don't have too many games all backed up together when you get into January and February.
Yeah, I mean, exactly right. I mean, and especially here, we've kind of saw that here the beginning of the season this year where we had some weather that we usually don't get till January or February, so messing with some people's schedules.
All right, both of these teams continuing to go through their warm-ups, and we're about 12 minutes away from getting this game tipped between the team from West Logan Christian Academy, 4-5, taking on Shady, 1-2. We'll take a break, be right back here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window Rota Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They've tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Levy, where they are right.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School. This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by the Spartan Factory. They have everything that your team may need, whether it's T-shirts, team uniforms, hats. They're located in Beckley, and you can check them out on their website, thespartanfactorywv.com. Also, the game this afternoon is brought to you in part by Cracker Barrel. If you want a home-cooked meal, don't ask me to do it. I'll go to Cracker Barrel. I can defrost anything, but I can't cook, and nowhere can I come anywhere close to Cracker Barrel. They have delicious home-style food that you can enjoy by the fireplace or the curbside pickup. Go to crackerbarrel.com for more details. With both teams completing their warm-ups, Shady and Westside Christian, we're right at 4 o'clock, and we're about, like I said, it's going to be like an NBA start, about 10 minutes away, Mark, of tipping this game off. And I think it's important early for West Logan to really try to stay in the game, I think, in the first 2 to 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah, I mean, especially, what Shady's going to be full court press, pushing the ball in your face. And, I mean, that's the key to every team that plays Shady. You got to withstand that barrage. And if you don't, I mean, Katie barred the door, and so that's what they're going to have to be ready for. They're going to have to meet the ball when it's passed to them. They can't wait on it. They're going to have to be steady against the press, but again, you got to be crisp, or they'll turn you over for 10-second call.
For Shady, this will be their third game in 4 days. I mean, they took that long trip to Morgantown. They played Morgantown on Friday night. Then they came back Saturday afternoon and played University. Long trip back to Shady, of course, off yesterday on Sunday and ready to go. Of course, when you're 14, 15, 16-year-olds, that shouldn't really affect you playing 3 games in 4 days.
Yeah, I think sometimes even not only this level but college, kids are a lot more resilient we give them credit for,
Well, and like you said earlier, something they do at the state tournament. Sometimes you might have to play 3 in a row back to back to back, and sometimes at the state tournament, depending on how it's scheduled, you might get a day off in between a game.
I mean, that's exactly right, and I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure they've rested. They probably had a shoot around this morning, or somewhere around lunchtime, and they caught up on their sleep, and a day off yesterday. They got their legs back, so I don't think that'll affect them. Yeah, because they'll have plenty of time to rest. Like I said, after the game this afternoon, they don't play again until next Monday, so they'll have plenty of time to, to be ready for their next encounter. Of course, I'm sure obviously they'll practice tomorrow, but you kind of sound like a coaching cliche there. Plenty of time to rest after the game. I think I might have said that a few times in the huddle when they look tired. You can rest tomorrow. Well, Coach, I've been around coaches enough. I've done this enough, and I say this all the time. Any coach that's won one game has won one more than I have, but I grew up around it. I was a PE major by trade, and I've been around it, and I've called games, as you well know. This is my 36 years. So I think I've learned just a little bit over that period of time of being around it as much as I have. Yeah, I agree, but that's a good one to use right there. You can rest tomorrow. That's right. And you know what? Rest the rest of your life. Here's another thing. I'm not sure if you know this. I got a coach in my family, too. My younger brother's been coaching for 36 years, and, he coaches in North Carolina. And as a matter of fact, the New England Patriot quarterback, Drake May, that plays for the Patriots, right. My brother's team played against him when he was in high school. Yeah. And he played at Myers Park in Charlotte. When my brother was coaching the team in Charlotte, they played against his team. And so my brother's coached at Providence High in Charlotte. He coached at Warren Harding in Charlotte. He's coached at some big schools. He's at Fort Mill in South Carolina now is where he's at. So, like I said, I grew up as all my brothers did, and a lot of people that that I know that we've all grown up in the world of sports. Even though I've never coached, I've been around plenty of coaches. Well, you've stayed at the Holiday Inn Express too, so yes. You can coach. I guess that makes me a little smarter. I don't know. Talking about May, the thing I like about May is I'm a big Mountaineer fan. He decided not to play in that bowl game when we beat North Carolina. Right. I think that helped out a lot. Yeah. All right, we're going to take one final break, get you ready for the opening tip. We're about a little less than 5 minutes away from getting the game started. It is West Logan Christian 4-5 against Shady 1-2. Coming up next on Video Productions.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
Hi, I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports, has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School as we get you ready for this game here this afternoon between West Logan Christian 4 and 5, coached by Sean Clark, taking on Ronnie Olson Shady Spring Tigers 1 and 2. For the opening lineups for West Logan, here is Mark.
The Warriors, they will start number 2, Evan Markham, number 30, Christian Stacy, number 24, Reggie Aidens, number 0, Aiden Workman, and number 32, Micah Goebel.
And for the Shady Spring Tigers, beg your pardon, this is how they will go. They'll go with Gabe Short, Eli Sexton, Kobe Dillon averaging 16 a game. They'll go with Jace Bailey and Hunter Boggs. So that's how the Shady Spring Tigers will go. The referees, Mark, you have them?
The referees are John Shire, Johnny, you will have to help
Johnny
me.
Ince.
Johnny Ince and Mike Price.
You know, I thought not only do we get the broadcast, Mark, I thought we get the referee as well, don't we? We have the we have the help with the video, so I thought we get the broadcast as well as referee.
Hey, I'm gonna leave that up to you. I like these guys still being my friends.
Well, here's what I say all the time, Mark. The video doesn't lie. The video tells all.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So I just kind of leave that to our audience.
Yeah, the officials, they do a great job, and I know, everybody wants to get on the officials about this or that, but, I tell you, they don't have the luxury that you and I have with the video where we can slow it down and look at it time and time again. They got to make a call, boom, right there on the spot.
And, let's everybody think about their own jobs they do themselves. People make mistakes, and it hurts when you're rooting for somebody. But
that's right. And sometimes you don't always look through the right colored glasses when you have a rooting interest, right?
That's right.
Yeah. All right, we're finally going to get this game underway. As I mentioned, Mark, like NBA style, we are going to get started. It's 4:09, so maybe by 4:10. We're getting ready to play the national anthem. We're going to take one quick break, and then we'll be right back with the opening tip here from Shady here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Faye and Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
If you're struggling with payroll problems, compliance confusion, or HR headaches, it's time to discover Compliance, the trusted solution for a healthier, stress-free business. With Compliance, you will experience faster, error-free payroll, effortless compliance with labor laws, and expert HR support and guidance. Don't let workplace stress take over. Ask your business if compliance is right for you. Side effects may include reduced stress, increased efficiency, improved morale, and a strong reliance on compliance. Consult Compliance today. Compliance, because a better business starts with a better you.
Hey, grab me one too.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School as I'm Maris Lowry with Mark Montgomery. We also have Alex Fink with the camera and KB Cameron Ball producing and directing. Glad you're with us here this afternoon. Want to give everybody a shout out, a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as Mark here on this December 22nd, just 3 days till Christmas, and we are very blessed to be able to cover the sport that we love.
And you're exactly right. It's a great time of the year. A lot of things going on. Everybody's in a good mood, and hopefully we have a great game here. Both teams play hard and play up to their capabilities.
West Logan, they'll be wearing black uniforms trimmed in white. West Logan Christian Academy, 4-5, under Coach Sean Clark. Shady being introduced now. As we mentioned, the lineups are Markham, Stacy, Adams, Workman, and Goebel for West Logan. And for Shady, it'll be Short, Sexton, Dillon, and Bailey, and Clark. I beg your pardon, Boggs. So we're moments away of starting the ball game. Shady in their home white. I said this game wasn't on anybody's schedule. It was just pretty much put together this morning, and Shady had to make some adjustments to their schedule, so this will count as part of their 22 regular season games. The opening tip of the ball game is brought to you in part by State Farm, and your local State Farm agent in Shady Spring, West Virginia is Scotty Brown. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. You can dial up Scotty Brown at 681-238-6130. We're ready to go. Boggs in the center circle for Shady, and Boggs will jump against Workman, and we are ready to go, Mark.
Here we go. It's basketball time.
So everybody's set. Like I said, an NBA tip, 4-10. Ball in the air and controlled by Shady. Short all the way to the basket and left it a little short. And they battle for the rebound, and there's a foul, and that will get Shady to the free throw line in Sexton. And the one thing, Mark, as you know, from where I sit, the visiting coach sits right in front of me. So when the ball is on this end of the court, I'm really going to have to watch the monitor.
Yeah. Well, Short made a nice move to the basket there. Wasn't able to finish. Of course, Shady hit the boards and got the rebound.
So a couple of free throws for Sexton, and the first free throw is no good. And that was kind of really didn't have much arch, kind of a thud on the back of the iron, didn't it?
You know, I'm a big proponent of you got to make your foul shots on every level.
Second free throw on its way is good, so 1 of 2 is made for the first point of the ball game.
And here's Shady, full court press, man, starting out man-to-man.
Yeah, and really, we talked about this in the pregame. If West Logan's going to have a chance, they've really got to be able to fight their way through this pressure of Shady.
And one thing Shady does, they'll run and jump. They'll leave a guy to try to trap you, in the corners there at half court.
And as you were talking, you're exactly right. That's what they did. Sexton had the steal, and on Sexton's drive to the basket, the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Shady. So Shady's set to put it in play.
West Logan's man-to-man.
Here's a shot. 3 ball from the near corner, too strong. Boggs had it for a minute. It's out of bounds, and it will stay with Shady. Bailey set to put it in play. Boggs into the lane, goes hard to the basket, and he can't finish. He had a point-blank shot, but he saves it. Kobe Dillon off the drive. Into the lane, a little floater, needs a roll. It won't go. And right now, Mark, I think Shady's think there's a lid on that basket.
Yeah, it's kind of matching the weather we had today. Still a little chilly right now as far as the shooting goes. Here comes the press.
On the rebound, it was a held ball. The arrow favors Logan, or I should say Logan Christian. There's a steal by Kobe Dillon. He'll lay it up and in.
Yeah, those are mistakes you can't make against Shady.
Yep. That time they had a player zigging when they should have zagged, and Kobe Dillon able to get it and lay it in as we have a foul on Shady. And that foul will go against Sexton. It'll be his first, team's first. So Logan Christian break the pressure. And the ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights.
Well, when you play Shady, you have to anticipate that trap coming from behind you. You just got to have the clock in your head because they're going to trap you.
So Stacy will put the ball in play on the baseline, and now the Knights will set up their offense. Here's a drive by Stacy into the lane. He left the shot short, and it's out of bounds over to Shady.
Yeah, West Logan's got to realize, you're not playing the Harlem Globetrotters here. You're playing a high school team, so just relax, play your game.
Kobe Dillon right down the chute from downtown.
That's Kobe's game right there. You leave him open, he's going to knock the shots down.
Yeah, that's a good-looking shot. He's able to spot up right in front of me and knock down the 3 ball. Here's a drive by Workman, and they turn it over.
Yeah, I mean, so far, even though Shady's came with the pressure, their turnovers have really been unforced. I mean, that wasn't tough defense right there. They just a bad pass.
Kobe Dillon, 3 ball, in and out. That was a good look and just wouldn't stay down. And here comes the Knights of Logan Christian. 2 minutes into the game, Logan Christian yet to score. And here's a steal. Sexton anticipating, and with the steal goes coast to coast to lay it up and in.
Yeah, once again, that's a bad angle on the pass. Shady's going to step in on every one of those.
And, for Logan Christian, this is the start that they would hope to avoid to get behind like this at 8-0. Here's a 3 in the near corner. It's too strong. That 3 that time was put up by Stacy, and back the other way comes Shady.
Yeah, they did good.
Sexton for 3, it won't go, but Boggs with the offensive rebound. Kobe Dillon spots up 3. That's too strong. It looked like it hit the top of the basket. And on the putback, Boggs is good. So 3 minutes into the game is it's a 10-0 lead, and Shady off to the start mark that they hope that they would get from their players.
Yeah, and just the pressure's kind of got the Warriors a little frustrated here. They did a good job really getting the ball in the middle of the, I almost said field there. He still got football of the court. But that's what you got to do to break the press. But they're just kind of committing unforced errors.
So Wes Christian back in a zone. Shady trying to find an opening. Here's a 3 ball over the zone is good. That 3 is knocked down by Gabe Short. And there's a foul on Sexton. A little too aggressive that time.
Yeah, you're you don't mind that because that's the way they play. They're physical, get after it hard.
And we got a timeout on the floor. And let's see if we got a full or a 30. We got a full timeout with 4:37 left in the opening quarter. Shady in front 13-0. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance, we've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that showed.
Go. All right.
Go. Good.
We're back here at Shady Spring High School with Mark Montgomery. I'm Maris Lowry. Cameron Ball producing and directing. Alex Fink on camera. And Shady off to a really good start. Mark, a 13-0 lead, and now they force a turnover.
Yeah, it's kind of just the way we projected. That you're going to face pressure, and that's if you can't handle it, you're in trouble.
Yeah, and that's been the case through this first 3 minutes and some change of this first quarter, as Bailey will get to the line to shoot two.
And it's kind of odd. It hasn't been just like it's been disastrous. They've actually beat the press a couple times. Then they just, then they making errors that really haven't been forceful.
Bailey's free throw is no good. So he'll shoot shot number two, the back end of this two-shot opportunity. Second free throw on its way. He gets one of two. And it's a two-touchdown lead, right? 14-0.
There we go.
Almost a steal there. But this pressure has really given a tough time. There's a drive and a foul. It's a nice hard take to the basket by Aidens, and he'll get to the line, I believe. Yes.
I think we're going to take another look at it here. It's a good move. They were able to beat the press, attack the basket, got the seams, just like Coach Clark said they would do when we talked with him before the game.
So it'll be Reggie Adams will be at the free throw line. First free throw is no good. Well, we've already seen a handful of misses at the free throw line marked by both teams.
Yes, so far Dr. Naismith will not be happy with
I think a lot of people might be watching may not even know who he is.
Yeah. Well, it's pretty interesting. They were talking about his rules of basketball. Well, maybe we can get into that later.
Here's a pass ahead. Nice pass by Dillon and a nice finish by Gabe Short. And at the halfway point of the first quarter, Shady with another turnover. Kobe Dillon will lay it up and in. Now we're more than halfway into the first quarter, and Logan Christian has yet to score.
And right now, Wes Logan's doing the one thing you don't want to do, and that's dribble the ball against the press.
So there's a turnover. They can't get the ball across the timeline in the allotted 10-second time.
And in those early rules, Dr. Naismith, you weren't allowed to dribble.
Yeah.
That didn't change till about 20 years later.
Back in the Peach Basket days,
That's
right?
Exactly right.
I bet Bill O'Brien was around back then.
Oh, goodness. He's probably watching us and
he's on his way
us.
On his way to Kansas City.
Yeah, I think he's made it. So if you are watching, have a great trip and a good time with your family. The Hall of Famer.
That's for sure. He's the one that brought me in. Here's Boggs with a nice step and a reverse, and he lays it up and in. And Shady has blitzed him to start this game with a 20-0 run to lead 20-0 5 minutes into the first quarter. But, yeah, the one thing as we mentioned, just Wes Logan really hasn't even had too many really good looks at the basket because they haven't been able to handle the pressure to get the ball up in the front court.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's just they've just really been rattled here early.
Here's a three ball, and that won't go. That three that time was put up by Workman. And here comes Shady. Kobe Dillon on the drive into the lane. And leave it down low. The short shot is no good. And here comes the Knights of West Logan on the attack. Nice backdoor cut. Nice fall away on the baseline, but it won't go. That shot was put up by Workman, that last baseline shot. And now Workman clears the rebound. Oh, they're the Warriors. I was told they were the Knights.
Well, then go with that.
Right.
I thought they were the Warriors.
No. And there's a Shady foul.
Yeah, that's been the best thing when they have been able to set up some type of half-court offense. Shady is committed to fouls,
so we will find out if the Knights or the Warriors. They are the Warriors. You are correct. So I beg your pardon as they turn it over. I've called them the Knights a couple times because that's what I was told, but we got it corrected.
That's okay.
And I appreciate that. You're keeping me on my toes. I like that.
No.
No, well, that's the one thing, and I've always said this in broadcasting. We all make mistakes, and when we make a mistake, it's okay to be corrected.
See, but what you're good about is you didn't have to say anything because I wrote it down. You could have just went right on.
Yeah,
never even admitted to it, so I give you props.
All right.
I wouldn't have. I'd have just said,
It's Boggs with a nice finish, and he draws the foul. So, Shady with this big 22-0 lead.
And actually, it could be even worse.
Yeah.
They missed some easy shots and some foul shots.
And Boggs will try to polish off a three-point play, and the free throw is no good. And we got a lane violation. It wouldn't have counted anyway.
I hope you can, our viewers can see. I hope the young man over in the Shady cheering section is okay. He looks like he's taking a nap over there. Maybe.
Miles Clark checks into the Shady lineup. I remember him from football. Nice young player. There's a shot put up. That's an air ball put up by Adams. And here comes Kobe Dillon with it. And Shady turns it over. And then they get the ball back. Kobe Dillon spots up three. Won't go. And Markham has the rebound for the Warriors.
Yeah, like we said, it could be a lot worse because Shady's really not shooting the ball that well from outside.
And a turnover. Shady's got numbers. Here's Kobe Dillon over to the right of the lane. A nice finish. And that was Gabe Short.
Yeah, nice assist by Kobe, and Gabe ran the floor real well there to get the layup.
Little shovel pass into the lane. We're under a minute remaining in the quarter, and there's our first basket. A three ball in the near corner is good. That's by Workman.
I tell you what, that baby brought rain.
It did. Is Shady able to score on the other end? And I was screened out. I didn't see who got that. That's one thing about doing a game, Mark, and I mentioned this earlier. Of all the places we go, sitting right here where I have to sit and you have to sit, no matter who the team is, whenever I've done a game here over the years, the visiting coach stands, and it's hard to see on this end of the floor.
Yeah, it's you're exactly right. You gotta remind yourself to look over here at the
monitor.
Screen,
yeah. Well, Shady's over the limit in fouls, so it'll be free throw time as Stacy will get to the line to shoot two, and the first one's no good. Capital and Beckley will play tonight, and we'll have that game for you on Video Productions. As soon as I'm done here, I'll make my way across the county to the Raleigh County Convention Center. Eric Thomas will join me for that. There's Shady on the baseline with a bucket.
Yeah, you don't cut that baseline off. You're sure making things easy for the offense.
Final 20 seconds of quarter number one. A 28-point first quarter for Shady. And a steal by Boggs. And Boggs goes in and he blows the layup. But he gets the ball back and then scores.
Yeah, I think he was trying to dunk that first one. And
yeah, kind of in between, wasn't he?
Yeah, he sure was.
And that's how the first quarter will end. The three will count if it goes, and it goes. A three ball from past midcourt is good by Adams. And at the end of one, As we go to break, we'll watch that 3 ball is Shady 30 and West Christian 7. We'll take a break and be right back here on Video Productions.
Here's a look at that last play before we go commercial.
Take care of this by the end of the day.
Sure, I'll take care of that. Done.
It's that easy with compliance. Compliance. We've got your back office.
Before you hit the Hatfield-McCoy trails, fuel up the way West Virginians do at Little General Stores. We're proud to be part of your ride. Rooted in West Virginia and built for the back roads. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School as the Shady Spring Tigers lead West Logan Christian 30-7. This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance. Allstate is located at Market Road in Beckley. Lori Richmond is the agent. You can dial up Lori at 304-252-8646. You're in good hands with Allstate. And Mark, in that first quarter, Shady was in good hands as they put up 30 points and they lead 30-7.
Yeah, it's kind of just went about like we talked about there in our pregame. Just the pressure's really giving West Logan a lot of issues.
Shady will have the first possession of the second quarter, and in the first possession, they turn it over. So one thing, even though, Mark, I think you would agree, the Shady with the lead, but they've turned the ball over and they haven't made their free throws.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, there's some things, and I know Coach Olson, there's some things that he I'm sure wasn't happy with. They gave up the sideline a couple times on the press. But of course, there's a lot of good things. But I know his attention to detail, he wouldn't be super happy. West Logan started out in the zone here in the second quarter.
Bailey had an open look. He couldn't knock it down. Shady keeps it alive, and they put it back up and in. Once again, I'm screened out. I was trying to look off the monitor. I couldn't tell who got that. I think that was Boggs. But I guess it couldn't be Boggs because he's not in the game. And we'll get that here in a minute. There's a foul. And the young man that put that up in was Kobe Dillon. So how in the world would I ever get them two mixed up, right?
That's okay. Hey, it was shot from inside. Yeah,
I was looking every which way. I was trying to look off the monitor. I can't see on this end because the coach is standing directly in front of me, which that's all right. He's smiling. He doesn't have to sit down as Kobe Dillon's free throw is good. And Kobe Dillon will now shoot the back end of the two-shot opportunity. Second free throw on its way, and that rattles in, out, and back in again.
Shady's back to press off the half-court man-to-man.
And working the ball around are the Warriors. And just Shady, the way they're guarding him, just nothing there. Now they double-team the ball, and there's a steal by Kobe Dillon. Kobe Dillon all the way in. A little scoop layup is up and in.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Clark will tell his guys at halftime, too much dribbling, too much turning your back to the basket. You do that against Shady, nothing's going to come out good.
There's a three put up. That's no good. That three is put up by Adams. Back the other way. Here's Bailey with it for Shady. Whip a pass to Kobe Dillon off the dribble into the lane, tacks the basket, puts it up and in.
Yeah, that's just a mature senior move. Good cut, nice pass.
A 31-point advantage. Shady scored the first 24 and haven't looked back. Ball's free. They battle for it. Kobe Dillon picks up the loose ball. He will go in and lay it up and in. So it's been tough sledding for West Logan Christian. And they turn it over again. Bailey. Bailey will have the ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Shady as Boggs will check back in.
Yeah, Shady's just overplaying everything now. You're playing against a team that's playing you man-man. You got to screen and move. Haven't seen very much screening done, and and it's just hard. When they make a pass, Shady's just overplaying it and taking the ball away.
We got a full timeout. We'll take it with them. 40-7, the Shady lead. 5:45 for the half. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas from Faith Clinic.
Merry Christmas, 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 Merry Christmas.
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
This afternoon's game is brought to you in part by Exit Elevation Realty. If you're in the market to buy or sell your home, you can contact the professionals at Exit Elevation Realty. Luke Richmond, the broker, Steve Morgan, the associate broker. You can check them out on the website at exitelevationwv.com. Out of the timeout, 40-7 is the lead for Shady, and Shady led 30-7 at the end of the quarter, so they're on a 10-0 run here, Mark, and a little more than 2 minutes into the second quarter.
Yeah, just they're going to have to start screening down here against this man-to-man, or they're not going to get anything done. Like I said, Shady's overplaying. Everyone's overplaying their man who doesn't have the ball, and it's just really giving them trouble.
Shady scored the first 24 points of the game. They've never looked back. Like I said, they've scored the first 10 points of this second quarter. There's a nice fall away and a nice roll by Adams. That was a nice-looking shot.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, that was a big league move and shot, but still like to see some passing and screening.
Kobe Dillon right down the shoot for three. You know, one time I have to ask Kobe again if his sister Abby showed him that three-point shot.
That's give Abby her due, but I think Kobe doesn't need any help. But Abby's a heck of an athlete, just a great family, and just great young people. Makes you feel good about when there's people like that, it's going to become adults.
Kobe Dillon for three in the corner, and he splashes it down again. A three.
Yeah, he's warmed up from that first quarter. He's knocking them down.
Yep.
That's the Kobe we all know.
Dillon will lead the break. Beautiful bounce pass, but they couldn't finish, and now the putback is good, and I think that was Boggs that time, correct?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm going to just have to learn. You know, Mark, I'm so used to watching it live. I should pay more attention to the monitor, especially under the situation we're in. As Kobe Dillon gets the steal, he'll go in, he'll lay it up and in.
You'll be better the second half.
Well, maybe he'll sit down the second half, right?
No, but you can be able to see Shady.
Oh, okay. Well, I got to see on both ends, right? We got a foul, I believe. We do have a Shady foul.
I think he called that on.
He called it on
West Logan.
Yeah, he did. You know, Shady had 30 at the end of the quarter, and they got to 50 awful quick. They got 20 points really fast in this second quarter.
Yeah, it's. We kind of were afraid of this.
Sexton for three, and he hits.
Hey, but you know, I don't blame West Logan for playing some zone here. You just kind of, you know, it's how do you want your medicine? You just hope they're not knocking those threes down.
Yeah, because Shady they have multiple players that definitely can dial up three balls over top of the zone, which we've seen.
Shady's kind of playing a little more sagging man-to-man, not as much pressure.
Into the lane. The shot is up and good by Workman. That was a nice shot. Kobe Dillon back the other way. Right down the shoot again for three.
Kobe's putting on exhibition right now on how to shoot the three, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's lighting it up.
You can see it. He has great form. If you're wanting to see shooters follow through and how you should shoot it, watch Kobe Dillon here. He's got it going on.
Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. Malachi Floor will check into the ball game for Shady. but it's been an offensive struggle for the Warriors. And they turn it over. Got a couple new players checking into the ball game. Dawson Keyser into the ball game. And Jacob Priest will also check in. So it looks like Shady Mark is well on their way to breaking their 2-game losing streak. Is short. Will go distance from the near corner.
Yeah, it's it's just right now a 3-point exhibition Shady's putting on here in the second quarter.
Well, they had 30 points in the first quarter. They got 29 at this point. As Boggs goes down the lane, he lays it up in. This is a 31-point quarter.
Yeah, it's, just West Logan needs to move and set some screens. They're doing a little better job, but they're just outmanned right now.
Yeah, it's just that's all you can say. They're outmanned. The kids are playing hard, they're trying hard, but the
viewers at home can see that. They don't need me to tell them that.
Yeah. So the final 2 minutes of the half. So this is first of 2 games we'll have on Video Productions. When this is over, I'll join Eric Thomas at the Raleigh County Convention Center, the Capitol, and Beckley. Another 3 is good. Short from downtown. There's a short shot from the left. It's no good. That shot was put up by Keyser. Back the other way, Kobe Dillon, a little strong. And back the other way comes the Warriors of West Logan Christian. Coming up in the Direct Choice halftime show, we'll recap the first half. And it's a turnover as West Logan Christian that time got too close to the midcourt stripe and went back across.
Stuck that back foot on there.
Yep.
Again, too much dribbling. The coach is coming out. You got to pass the ball. You got to move.
Especially when you get this kind of pressure.
Yeah, it's
short for 3. He left it short, but Boggs cleans it up, and we got an offensive foul. But, yeah, that's the one thing, and, I learned that back in my grade school days, that when you play a team that presses, you got to make passes, not dribbles.
Yeah, passes make the
Pass
defense
and
move.
Cut.
Yeah.
Right. Pass the ball, cut, ball movement, and that's how you do it. Of course, you got to have ball handlers to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's not a hard game when played correctly.
Here's a ball tipped into the backcourt, and that time it's legal to go back and get it. Final 35 seconds of the half.
And the thing is, they just had trouble even getting by defenders.
There's a 3 put up in the corner, no good. That 3 put up by Workman. Ball's tied up, and what do we got? We got a foul with 21.7 left here in the half. And the foul is going to go against Workman of West Logan. That's only the 3rd team foul. And another thing, Mark, as aggressive as Shady plays, they haven't even committed a foul in the second quarter.
Yeah, that's.
And they'll hold it for the final shot of the half. Three put up by Kobe Dillon. It's short. And that will be the end of the half as Sexton left it short. At the break, it's all Shady. They lead West Logan Christian 64-11. We'll take a break, come back with the Direct Choice halftime show coming up next here on Video Productions.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our new Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, grab me one too.
Welcome you back into the Direct Choice Halftime Show with Mark Montgomery. I'm Maris Lowry. And, Mark, what can we say other than what a first half it was for Shady? They scored the first 24 points of the game. They didn't look back. They got up 30-7, and they had even a bigger second quarter, a 34-point second quarter, and they lead 64-11 here at halftime.
Yeah, I wish our pregame prognostication or whatever the word you want to use is like this all the time, because it's went by script, just like we said. I mean, Shady's pressure just, and they're just physically athletic, skilled better than West Logan, and it's nothing against that. West Logan's hustling, playing hard, but they're just outmatched.
Yeah, they are outmatched. And one thing, too, when you're outmatched like that, you've got to kind of hope that maybe Shady doesn't hit as many threes as they did in that first half.
Yeah, well, I got a feeling we'll see, probably won't see the Shady starters too long.
Much, yeah.
And probably wish they'd maybe kept some more JV players to play. But it's just been it's been a struggle. We knew it would be, and but it's like you said, I don't care who you play. It's always nice to be successful and win a game after coming off those two hard losses.
64-11, the halftime score. We'll take a break. We'll come back and we'll go over some of the numbers of the first half as you're watching live streaming coverage of high school basketball here on Video Productions.
Pre-owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-owned Auto Sales and your student athletes, a winning combination.
Merry Christmas! 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 Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas from Fan Clinic.
Merry Christmas! 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 Merry Christmas!
From our Access Health family to yours, Merry Christmas.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School. At the half, it's been all Shady as they have a 64-11 lead over West Christian from Logan. And Shady clicking on all cylinders, and we're going to go inside the numbers. And inside the numbers of the first half are brought to you by Direct Choice. Direct Choice is your home for your pre-owned vehicles, located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley. They have West Virginia's best selection and the best prices on all their pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud sponsor of local sports. Also, inside the numbers brought to you by Allstate Insurance. And Allstate, you're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. She's my agent. She can be your agent, too. You can dial up Lori Richmond at Allstate at 304-252-8646. Well, we don't have a lot of numbers, Mark, but the main number that we have are some of the point production for Shady in that first half. Kobe Dillon led the way with 27 points.
Yeah, and he put on he was a little chilly shooting there the first quarter, had some good looks, but boy, he sure turned it around and got in the groove there the second quarter. And that's Kobe's game. He's a three-point shooter. He's good in all aspects, but if he gets the hot hand, you want to keep feeding it to him.
Cutter Boggs and Gabe Short will also in double figures in the first half. Cutter Boggs had 14, Gabe Short with 11.
Yeah, and, that's one thing I think you can see about this Shady team. They're loaded with shooters and very athletic. Don't have the size that they've had in the past. Working on that. With Boggs there on the inside, but the other guys are very athletic and can shoot the ball.
And and that's one thing about it. On any night when they are hot, for whoever they're playing, and they can get hot against anybody. Of course, you can go cold against anybody too. But the one thing I'm sure Coach Olson is for all the talk about on the offensive end, if they want to get to where they want to go, they got to do it on the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah, you just look at all your good, successful teams, programs. It all starts with defense, and it does the same thing with Shady. Their defense equals points, and it's just been that way, and that's why young people today need to understand that everybody circles up around the 3-point line. We're looking down here right now. You can see everybody's outside shooting, but the defense is where it all begins.
All right, we'll take one more break and get you ready for the second half. 64-11, the lead for Shady. We'll be right back here on Video Productions.
Ready to turn your passion into a career? At New River Community and Technical College, we've got the programs to get you there. Dive into our food service and event management program. Learn skills from kitchen basics to business budgeting and become seasoned for success. Or if the great outdoors is calling, answer it with our outdoor recreation program. Receive hands-on training that readies you to lead, inspire, and explore. Whatever you're passionate about, we have a path for you. Visit newriver.edu today. Start here. Go anywhere.
Compliance helped me lose 50 pounds by freeing up tasks like payroll, HR, and bookkeeping. I'm now free to do what I want.
With Compliance, you can do what you want to do. Compliance, we've got your back office.
We gave a future driver a first look and asked what he thinks makes a good truck. These trucks aren't just for today's drivers, they're for future ones too.
There's a compartment here, great leather seats, a bunch of charging ports. Has everything pretty much.
Now it's your turn.
Since I'm too young to do business in the front, I have to do party in the back.
Come to Midstate Ford and drive off in a new truck, cool enough to earn backseat approval. Midstate Ford, home of the Big John deals.
For 50 years, Little General Stores has proudly served West Virginia, fueling families, friends, and communities across the Mountain State. To celebrate our golden anniversary, we're giving away $50,000 to thank you, our loyal customers. Little General Stores, 50 years strong and just getting started.
Here we grow again. Pioneer Community Bank is proud to offer a network of banks right here in our communities. By offering you more locations, Pioneer continues to meet all your banking needs where you are. Please stop by our New Harper Road location. We are truly investing in Southern West Virginia. Pioneer Community Bank. Friendly service, great products. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I never thought this would happen.
When disaster takes control of your life, we got you. Get it back with a single call to the team that shows up fast to make things right. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School. Maris Lowry with Mark Montgomery. We have KB Cameron Ball producing and directing, Alex Fink on camera. And Mark, during that last commercial break, we were told that the scores table missed a 3-ball that Kobe made, so we had given him credit for 27 points. We're now told he's got 30 points in the first half.
Yeah, probably the calculator broke.
Maybe.
Yeah, when they were adding up all these threes
Maybe.
Shady's made.
Yep, he was lighting it up as he had 30 first-half points. That's what they had by themselves as a team in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's
so, Shady had a 30-point first quarter and a 34-point second quarter.
I think they scored, 130-some against
Yeah, they played
West
them last year. I
Logan,
think they scored 116 last year. It was like 116 to 38 against them last year.
Yep.
But as you look ahead for Shady, like I said, they'll play next week. And they'll be in the Little General event at the Raleigh County Convention Center next Monday. And they're going to play a very good James Monroe team. I saw James Monroe in the scrimmage here, and James Monroe had a big win over Princeton by 30-plus points. And that will be a real challenge. In fact, no matter who Shady plays in the second game, whether it's Wyoming, East, or Beckley, Shady will have two big challenges next week.
Well, James Monroe, they're going to play hard. They're going to be athletic, kind of same mode that when you're going to play Shady. So, yeah, that will be a good contest.
All right, ready to start the second half. And it will be West Logan Christian will have the opening possession as we're ready to roll.
Like the officials, they've been checking with us, make sure we're back from commercial, so we really appreciate that.
Yep. Of course, sometimes I think they check with us to make sure that we're not officiating right.
That's right.
I promise not to do that, Mark.
You've done well tonight.
I have promised not to do that. There's a foul. And, in other games, I'm very, as you well know, and you're good friends with a lot of officials. I'm friends with a lot of officials, and I try not to officiate. I hear it from my officiating friends when I do.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They're like everybody else. They'll go back and watch this.
Yeah. Well, I kid a lot of my official friends. I said I waved at them, and he couldn't see me. And I said I thought they were an official because he couldn't see, right? All right, down into the lane. The shot is good. And I was screened out. And I think that bucket was put in by Keyser.
Yeah, good start for the Warriors. Shady answers.
And Shady able to score back on the other end. Yeah, I'm going to have to watch the monitor. Here's a deep three. That won't go. The rebound is Bailey, and Shady on the move.
Yeah, that was NBA and plus.
And Kobe Dillon with a three. It doesn't go, but Sexton climbs high for the rebound. Short, open three ball on its way. It won't go. And the ball is loose on the floor. And a three in front of me, short. And the ball ran down by Bailey. Kobe Dillon spots up three, in and out, heartbreak. That ball was halfway down and wouldn't stay down.
Sure was.
Back the other way, nice shot into the lane, but it won't go. And the rebound to Dillon. That last shot put up by Adams. And he had a good look, and then Shady throws it away.
Well, West Logan had the opportunity here to get some shots off, which was trouble at the beginning of the game. So, and Shady's dialed back their defense. They're still man-to-man, but not pressure, not trapping.
And, when you get open shots, you're going to have to knock them down, right?
Yeah, exactly. There's where you get in trouble. Dribble and turn your back to the basket.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to have maybe more passing and cut off the pass and a turnover. And I'm sure that just comes with being polished and being experienced. Kobe Dillon into the lane, and he'll find a teammate, which is Bailey, open for three. It's too strong. Boggs will clean it up and put it back up and in. Big-time
rebound, nice turnaround, put back.
Yeah, and I think as the season progresses, he's really going to be an inside force for them.
Yeah, I've really been impressed with him. He's improved so much from last year.
Shady playing really good defense, making it really hard for the Warriors to get a shot off, and now they turn it over. Kobe Dillon with it. Kobe Dillon all the way in and lays it up and in for his 32nd point.
Kobe's having a good night, that's for sure.
Yeah, team's got 70, and he's got 32 of them. He's got almost half of them. Ball's loose in the lane, but it's picked up by the Warriors. Three ball, and it's good. That was a nice arching shot by Workman. That might have brought snow with that three ball. Short on the drive into the lane. Whips a pass over his back down low, and I believe that's Boggs. Once again, I'm screened out. Now I got a player standing in front of me. And you got to tell him to sit down. And as much basketball as they play, they should know that. Three back the other way doesn't go. And that three was put up by Stacy. There's Bailey down the lane, couldn't finish, but Boggs will finish it back up and in.
Yeah, nice job. It's you got to stop that drive at the foul line. That's where you like defensively stop, but he was able to get all the way to the basket.
There's a three, is short, and here's Sexton with it. Boggs, the big fella, reverse layup. He runs the floor well, and he's able to score.
That's great job. You love that out of your post player running the floor like that, and he was able to finish on after getting a nice
and that's another
pass.
thing too, Mark. Your post players love it. When you run like that they know if you run it, you're going to get the ball, and he was able to finish with a reverse layup.
Yeah, got rewarded.
Shady on another break, and that's going to be a block as Sexton went in. And back the other way comes Workman for the Warriors. Puts up the short shot. It won't go. And here's Bailey. Halfway through the third quarter. Short down the lane, tacks the basket, lays it up, but he couldn't finish it. Shot in the right corner, needs a row, it won't go. That shot put up by Stacy. Here's Sexton. Tacks the basket, lays it up, and he scores. And a timeout by Shady's. They take a 78-16 lead with 3:39 remaining. Here in the third quarter, a 30-second timeout. While we got a minute, I'll let you know that this afternoon's game brought to you in part by Edward Jones, your financial advisor. Edward Jones has 4 financial advisors locally that you can reach out to: Ben Worley, Heather Cantley, Tracy Houck, or Brooke Dempsey, and they'll help you with your finances the way they help me in my retirement. They will help you as well. Also, the game this afternoon brought to you in part by Hart's Cabinets, located in MacArthur, West Virginia. For quality custom cabinets, you can rely on Hart's Cabinets. They're a proud sponsor of local sports. You can dial them up at 304-252-2917. Well, like I said, this is the first of 2 games we'll have for you on Video Productions. I'll be rejoining Eric Thomas at the Raleigh County Convention Center for a 7 o'clock airtime, 7:30 tip tonight between Beckley and Capital. And also have Beckley again tomorrow night, Beckley at home at the Raleigh County Convention Center, taking on longtime rival, the Oak Hill Red Devils, and we'll have that at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, tipping at 7:30. So a little bit of basketball here during the holidays, Mark, which we like. And
yeah, it's those are 2 really rivals from Woodrow here since Capital's been to school, and obviously the Oak Hill. We all know that.
Yeah, Capital down in the AAA classification. So that's something, looking forward, a team that Shady might have to deal with, on down the line. Kobe Dillon picks up the loose ball, nice shovel pass, and up and in. Nice play. Is Floor able to score?
Well, as a coach, you can always go back. This will be a good video to watch and teach these young guys from West Logan about, you just can't dribble the whole time possession.
There's a backdoor cut into the lane. They throw the ball back out.
And Shady just does such a great job staying in front of the player of the ball.
Yeah, it makes it tough to get up a shot, and that shot is short, and here comes Kobe Dillon. Coast to coast into the lane, and he'll draw the foul and get to the line.
Yep, you'll be able to take another look at this. Just a good, mature, that's an experienced move by Kobe. He just, got the ball, took it coast to coast, was physical at the basket, and he's got rewarded.
So Kobe Dillon at the free throw line. First free throw is good. That gives him 33 on the afternoon. And Kobe Dillon ready for the second free throw, and it's good. 34 points this afternoon for Kobe Dillon. Into the lane, down low, little short shot is good. That's a nice little play. Kaiser.
Yeah, that's really the nicest thing they did. We had some nice passing, good bounce pass inside.
And back the other way, Gabe Short with the left hand.
I'm old school. I love it when they shoot with the left hand from the left side.
Yeah. Here's a 3 ball. That's going to be short. And that 3 that time was put up by Adams. Back the other way. Nice break. And Kobe Dillon with the assist. And over to Short. And Short lays it up and in.
Yeah. West Logan did a good job here on last possession. Set a screen. Had a nice look at the basket. Just wasn't able to make it.
New player into the ball game. Jalen Hall into the ball game. And, of course, you might remember his father, Corte Hall, that played for Beckley and then at Mountain State. And he's getting some playing time as there's a Shady foul. Here's an open look for a three, and it won't go. That three was by Priest. Back the other way, short. He'll dial it up from downtown and hit. Splash down for three. You know, another thing, too, Mark, it'll be interesting to see when this is finally over as Kobe Dillon gets to steal how many three-point shots that Shady actually has made here as Kobe Dillon scores his 36-point.
Yeah, and I think what you're starting to see is the intensity defense for West Logan starting to, wear down, and you're going to get a lot of run-outs for Shady.
And here's Hall, and he was stripped. Nice play that time.
Good hustle.
Yep. And that's one thing, these young men, there's a lot of contact, and what do they call? A blocking foul? Yeah, I basically could see that out of one eye with everybody standing in front of me.
You've got a wall now.
Like I said, I've done this for so long, Mark. I'm just so used to calling it live rather than off the monitor. But in this situation, I'm going to have to use the monitor a little more as we watch the replay, and I think that's a very good call.
Yeah, that was a good call by the officials.
And the first free throw is up and in. And at the free throw line is Stacy, makes the first one. So we're in the final minute of the third quarter. Stacy's second free throw is in and out and back in again. And Kobe Dillon lays this one up and in.
Yeah, it's lack of focus on West Logan's part. That should never happen.
And what we got? We got a whistle. I think they're trying to get a player into the ball game.
I think we had a little medical issue.
Medical injury.
Maybe an injury, yeah.
Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Warriors. Markham to put it in play. Final 45 seconds of the third quarter. There's a deep three, and it's no good. Here's Sexton. And he will lose the ball attacking the basket.
Yeah, getting a little ragged here.
Yeah. Well, you're getting, 93 to 20.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right. And you figure, I would guess, I don't know if coach, but maybe none of Shady's starters will play in the fourth quarter. Yeah. You always want to get your starters work, but with this kind of lead, you probably don't need to play in the fourth quarter. And here's Shady with another run out. And there's Bailey with the finish. Yeah, you don't get a chance to have very many leads like they have now at 95 to 20. And that's how the third quarter will end. At the end of three, it's been all Shady. It's Shady 95 and West Logan Christian 20. Take a break. Be right back here on Video Productions.
I'm Leanna Burnett with Window World of Beckley. Are you dealing with those cold winter drafts through your windows? Is it causing your energy bills to rise? If you answered yes, Window World can help. Instead of dealing with those old drafty windows another year, call Window World of Beckley today. Yes, we work all year. Our windows are Energy Star efficient and designed to resist extreme weather. Make the smart investment with our no interest for 15 months. Call Window World of Beckley today.
Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales is a proud supporter of all our area middle school and high school athletics. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales keeps a huge selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs with some of the best prices in southern West Virginia. We also have several lenders for your financing needs. Direct Choice Pre-Owned Auto Sales and your student athletes. A winning combination.
We're going to the fourth quarter, and it was funny, Mark, right before we came back, had a young man from the Warriors of West Christian checking in with us.
Yeah, he reported.
Like we were official. Yeah. And I got to tell you a story about this. Okay. And I do think that Bill O'Brien will remember this. And this goes back into the early 90s. And Bill and I, of course, were doing games on the radio. And Beckley was playing at the Armory against Mount Zion. And Mount Zion had this big 7-1 player from Africa on the team. And for whatever reason, because you know how the coaches, how the scores table is right beside their bench, this 7-1 player, as Kobe Dillon drives the lane and left it short, and I'll finish the story, as Boggs with the putback won't go, got it back and lays it up and in. Anyway, this young man from Africa, he, for whatever reason, he determined that Bill and I were the ones that decided who went into the game. We were the scorers table, who goes into the game and who don't. So me and Bill was pointing him to the back door of the Armory, hope that he didn't get into the game as Sexton puts it back in off the Kobe Dillon miss.
Yeah, those Mount Zion teams are pretty doggone tough. They had some, a lot, not some, but a lot of D1 players on there.
One of, and I'm not saying the, but one of the biggest Beckley regular season wins was when Beckley beat Mount Zion there in the mid-'90s. And, of course, Beckley had Tamar Slade, Drew Smith on those teams. It's nice fast break and a nice finish by Boggs.
Yeah, you still like, the way Shady's run the ball here, pushing it down the floor. It's great fast break, ball in the middle, pass it off to the wing.
Little short shot won't go. Boggs clears the rebound. Nice bounce pass by Kobe Dillon with the assist, and Boggs scores again. Boggs was in double figures at halftime. He's well over 20. We'll get you those numbers here when the game is over, but Boggs is, I'm guessing, Mark, I'd say he's around 22, 24 points.
Yeah, I mean, no doubt.
As he scores again.
Yeah, another. He's really done well. He's been rewarded. He's worked hard in there. That's great passing by Shady.
Yeah, very unselfish, because a lot of guys could end up taking shots and they end up, giving it to Boggs, and he's able to lay it in. We're a little over 2 minutes into the fourth quarter, and it's been all Shady. They scored the first 24 points of this game. They've never looked back. Boggs again on a pass from Kobe Dillon. Boggs probably, you're looking at Mark. Kobe Dillon's close to 40. Boggs close to 30.
I'm right there with you. You're exactly right. He's had a good day. And that's probably the, when you look at Shady with their returning players, he's going to be a key factor there as the season goes along.
Kobe Dillon with the steal. He'll take it in. He'll lay it up and in. And, like I said, the officials done a great job. They easily could have called a foul there, but Kobe Dillon able to score.
Yeah, you're not going to get a foul call, I think, here
in a game like it is.
In a game like this, it's going to have to be a really big foul.
And there's a 3 balls good by Stacy.
And I like that too. I mean, that's
I do too. And like I said, the officials they've done a great job.
They have.
And Short will dial it up for 3, and they'll want a rolling timeout to get players in. But another thing too, and I don't have this in front of me, but right now Shady has 112 points with 4:47 remaining in the ball game. I don't know what the single game scoring record would be. I did do a game not too long ago where Shady had 120 points. And like I said, with 112 and this much time left, it would appear, or I would think, that Shady would be able to eclipse that, that mark.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's we've got some new faces here in the game for Shady, so ought to be some opportunities for West Logan here, especially offensively.
But even with the players that Shady has on the floor, an opportunity to still even add to their total team point number. Here's a 3 ball, and that's a little strong. They battle for the rebound. And the shot is put up and good. Nice plays. That's rattled in that time by Keyser. And there's an and one, a nice play that time by Bailey.
Yeah, he ran the floor fantastic. I mean, I just watched him. He sprinted down the floor, and you love to see that. We're going to be able to see it here again. Good pass, nice finish.
So Bailey will try to polish off a 3-point play. Like I said, for Shady, their next couple of games will be at the Raleigh County Convention Center in the Little General Tournament next Monday and Tuesday. They know that they will play James Monroe at 6 o'clock next Monday, and then on next Tuesday, they're going to play either Wyoming East or Beckley, depending on the outcome of those 2 games. Here's Markham with it. Keyser lost it, got it back. And we got a whistle and we got a foul.
Offensive foul.
So after beating Herbert Hoover and then going to Morgantown and getting a couple losses, Shady back in the win column with this game this afternoon to even up their record at 2-2. And like what we talked about, Mark, playing these games in December, you're allowed 22 regular season games. With already having this being their fourth game for Shady and 2 next week, they're almost at a third of their schedule by the time you get to the first of the year.
Yeah, exactly. And again, that's you're just playing to, as a coach, you want to see improvement throughout the season with each game, and that's what you're going to see out of this Shady team.
Yeah, and regardless of what the score is and who you're playing against, you want to be able to execute right like they did that time on a beautiful pick and roll. And once again, Bailey able to catch, shoot, and score.
Yeah, Bailey's done a good job. He's made some backdoor cuts here. It's really looked nice, good passing by his teammates.
Yeah, and like I said, he was one of the guys I talked about on top. There's a wild running shot, no good. And he was the one, like I said, I think he's going to, as he gets more playing time, Bailey, more polished. And that is out of bounds and over to the Warriors with 2:48 left in the game. Hatfield will check into the game. And, Mark, it's almost fitting that any team from down that part of West Virginia have a Hatfield on their team.
But, yeah, I don't think you're allowed to play, are you, unless you have one, right?
Just like Wyoming County, you're allowed to play without a toller.
A toller, a cook, a lusk.
Yeah. 3 ball is good, and that 3 is good by Hatfield. Yeah, all you need now is a McCoy out there, right?
Well, I don't know. We don't like that here in West Virginia.
No, I suppose not. Coming up here on the final 2 minutes of this one, we'll have a short wrap-up in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. And then I'll have to get across the county over to the Raleigh County Convention Center as that bucket is scored by Keyser, I beg your pardon. Sexton shaking and baking. He lost control of the dribble. Goes right to Bailey, and he'll dial up a 3 and hit it. Well, Mark, this is the second time I've called a Shady game over the last 5 years where they've scored at least 120 points.
Yeah, it's you don't see that a lot in high school basketball, that's for sure.
And, of course, both of them happened in this gym.
Well, they've been pretty successful here. So,
yeah, until Beckley beat them last year. I think they had won like 55 straight home games until Beckley stopped that streak last season. And I think that's always a sign of any good team in any sport, Mark, how good you are at home.
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's you want to own the home court advantage. That's in any sport.
Yeah, whether it's football home field or baseball home field, and baseball I guess not so much because it's like pitching. I guess really travels like football defense travels, and I guess in any sport your defense travels. We're in the final minute of this one.
Yep. I want to take real quick here. Coach Sean Clark here for West Logan. He's a Logan High graduate, played on the state championship team, so obviously he knows about winning, and I'm sure he'll keep working this season to share his knowledge with these young guys.
Shady scored the first 24, never looked back. They led 30-7 at the quarter, 64-11 at the break, 95-20 at the end of the 3. And that shot is put up by Clark. It won't go. And the putback is good. That was Sexton, I believe. It was 122-30. Final 15 seconds. There's a foul with 14.4. Well, Mark, first time you and I worked a game together, I've had a lot of fun. It's been good.
Same here.
And I think you and I will get an opportunity. I hope to do this again. We just hope it would have been a little bit more competitive game. We kind of had an idea of what we were in for when we started. I didn't know it would be quite to this degree, but I thought it was, Shady obviously had a huge advantage coming into this.
Well, it's been my pleasure to work with you, and I think it went pretty good considered.
Yeah, thought everything went well.
I probably held you back.
No. First time you and I worked together.
You'll get with ET tonight. You'll be back in the flow.
Well, I thought I was okay in the flow of this one for the way the game was.
No, I didn't mean like I meant from
I got you.
Me.
And Shady will run out the clock, and that'll be the final score, 122-30. Shady will even up its record at 2-2, and Logan Christian will fall to 4-6. We'll take a break, come back. We'll get into the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show, and we'll do it right after this on Video Productions.
Hey, my name's Paige, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the crispiness of the breading and the tenderness of the filet. It's tasty, it's warm, it's total satisfaction.
Hi, this is Tanya, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is that warm bun, the perfectly seasoned chicken, and that pickle. Woo! I love it. There's a taste of my childhood in every bite.
They're not the biggest, but with over 100 locations across West Virginia, chances are there's a little general store near you. With brand name gas and food you know and trust, and an assortment of snacks and comforts that make you feel at home wherever you are. So as you make your way to family dinners and football games around the fire, wherever your destination, we'll get you home for the holidays.
We asked the real experts what they think of our Chevys and GMCs, and they didn't hold back.
Come here. Come on. I like the noise of it.
They tested the seats, the screens, and the tires as well. Now it's your turn. Northside Chevy GMC, approved by kids, loved by everyone. Chevrolet, together let's drive. GMC, we are professional grade.
Northside Chevy, where they are right.
And we welcome you back to Shady Spring High School here in the Pioneer Community Bank postgame show. Final score, Shady defeats West Logan Christian 122-30. And Mark, it was never really a contest. We talked about it. Shady scored the first 24 points of the game, led 24-0. They led 30-7 at the end of the quarter, 64-11 at the break, 95-20 at the end of 3, and 122-30 the final score.
Yeah, and it's a feel-good game. You're bouncing back from two losses there on their northern trip, and I'm sure both teams, you're going to take a lot of positive, some negative, and use it to teaching tools, and that that's what this is for. But West Logan, not in Shady's class, and really about any aspect, but when they get back on their level. Like the way they played hard, and I like Coach Clark talking to him. So, better things ahead for them.
We're going to go inside the numbers, and inside the numbers are brought to you by Direct Choice Pre-Owned Vehicles. Direct Choice is located at 4631 Robert C. Byrd Drive in Beckley, and they have West Virginia's best selection and prices of pre-owned vehicles. Direct Choice is a proud sponsor of local sports and local student athletes. Also, inside the numbers are brought to you in part by Allstate Insurance, located at Market Road in Beckley. You're in good hands with Allstate, and you're in good hands with Lori Richmond as your agent. She's my agent, takes great care of me. She'll take great care of you. 304-252-8646. Well, Mark, I keep a running score, and we didn't have the individual totals, and we were guessing, but this is not guesswork because during the commercial break, we got the point total. Kobe Dillon, 40 points this afternoon, and Cutter Boggs with 34, Gabe Short with 23, and Eli Sexton with 12. So 4 players for Shady, all in double figures.
Yeah, and of course, you hope all that continues throughout the season, but, that's those – your competition is going to improve, and so but you just saw the skill of these guys, and very impressed by the returners, and I know Kobe could have an outstanding game, but Boggs really I thought it was a good game for him, and the more experience he has, the better he's going to get, and it was a good win for Shady.
Yeah, and Mark, what's amazing, out of the 122 points, they get 96 points from 3 players.
Yeah, and that's, and you'd probably like to see a little more bench scoring. I'm sure Coach Olson, that's something that he'd like to see because, down the road, the defenses are going to be better than they face tonight.
All right, well, before we say our goodbyes, Mark, I got to get over to the Raleigh County Convention Center for the Beckley Capital game. But before we do that, your final take and your final thoughts of this game we did this afternoon.
It kind of played out exactly like we thought. You had you had a team that was very talented as far as Shady goes, and you had a very young team that basically their schedule's on a different level, and we thought the outcome would probably be like that. We hoped it wouldn't be, but it was.
So with the win, Shady goes to 2-2. Like we mentioned, West Logan Christian, they'll go to 4-6. Shady's next games will be at the Raleigh County Convention Center next Monday and Tuesday. They know they get James Monroe at 6 o'clock, and then they're going to get either Beckley or Wyoming Easton. Real quickly, Mark, your take on that, whoever that second game is, the first game with James Monroe, and whoever the second game might be.
Well, you're going to see teams that are probably evenly matched, intensity, skill level, and I'd pay to watch that one.
Well, the thing about it with those matchups, you have it'll be a measuring stick going into the first of the year where your team stands.
There's no doubt about it, and that's what like about Coach Olson and these other coaches. But it's okay to do that. I always say that with a preference because you can go 0-22 in basketball and still be state champion.
Right.
So that's why I'm a firm believer in you play the best people you can play. It's only going to make you better.
Well, that'll wrap it up from here. We appreciate the staff at Shady Spring High School and the preparation of our broadcast. Also, Coach Clark from West Logan. He was, nice to work with. Once again, the final score, 122-30. Shady wins for our crew here. Once again, KB, Cameron Ball, excellent job producing and directing. Alex Finks, even though he was a little in mourning because he's a Ravens fan and they got beat by the New England Patriots, he still had a smile on his face. And, Mark, I enjoyed it. You and I working together for the first time.
Well, me too. Same thing. Like to say Merry Christmas to
Merry
everybody.
Christmas to everybody out there. For Mark Montgomery, I'm Maris Lowry. Once again, the final score, 122-30. Shady over West Logan Christian. And we'll talk to you at 7 o'clock from the Raleigh County Convention Center for our pregame show. And Eric and I will have Capital and Beckley at 7:30. Until then, we'll talk to you at 7 o'clock. So long, everybody.